5 altcoins. Okay, keep it simple. They have all dropped in price quite significantly over the last few months. We're going to talk about them. So if you want to get involved in the market and you don't know where to buy, this might be a good video, and also a good video for the long term. I'm going to show you in this video, make sure you stay to the end by the way, a little trick on how to buy into the trend. I've covered it before briefly, but if you're new to this channel, I want to kind of show it before just giving you 5 altcoins, because I don't like to do that. I like to give you a bit of a realistic observations on how to get in without getting totally annihilated by the paid scammers and the shillers. So if you are new, click the like button. Thank you. Anyways, first one, let's go into it. Luxo. Now, each individual asset that I picked out today, they're all different. They all do a little metric or a thing or a utility or a bit of a scalable solution for things that are a bit rubbish in the market. Ethereum, because it can't scale. But that's why we've got these solutions. But this is a little bit different. This is more about the metaverse and ultimately what you can do within the metaverse and a new digital economy. I've covered it before. I do like it, and a lot of these coins that I'm featuring are on my little watch list. So if you want to know what I'm interested in for the future, you may want to write some of these down. So I'm a big fan of multiverse, the ability to utilize digital currencies, thumbprints, your own self-being, be your own self in a different world. And I do feel that Luxo does cater for this. Now, it is created by some pretty big established players in the market, as you can imagine here. Quite a lot of the standard in terms of the Ethereum side of it. Luxo is built by those people. Huge partnerships, looking pretty good. Now, that's all I'm going to go on. Do your own research. As always, not financial advice anywhere on this channel. But in terms of where we're looking at, we've hit this level and multiple times now. Yes, we could be going into a bearish market in the next coming months. We just don't know what's going to happen. There's a lot of external things. So this video is mainly to cater for the long term. So don't just buy and expect to get rich. Buy and expect something in the future with these assets. Now, in terms of dollar cost averaging, yeah, if you liked it at $40, you should be liking it at 14. That's kind of a rule of thumb, especially if you're buying high, dollar cost average. But we could also go lower. We've got to look at certain things. Now, in terms of a little bit of secret sauce, look at the higher time frames. Look at what the trend is telling you. For me, personally, the 3-day time frame is still showing a sign that we could actually go lower. And even though Bitcoin has done a nice little pump, we've got to wait on Bitcoin. So if you go over to the Bitcoin chart right now, if we do break up to the upside, we may well see the altcoins follow it. But the one thing that I will say with any asset, look at the BTC pair. The BTC pair is cool and key. I'm not sure if Luxo has the BTC pair. It does not. But other assets will have the BTC pair, right? And what you need to do is ensure that you are buying at the right time, i.e., don't just get slaughtered in the market, right? Because you will lose. But in the USD prices, it's not looking great at the moment, which is good for opportunity, obviously. We want to buy as low as we can. And I will be looking to buy as low as I can, if I can, with this asset. But I'm not sure where yet. I'm going to wait and see what happens with Bitcoin and also the future. I still feel that the metaverse is still very much underdeveloped. We need to be patient with it, okay? The next one is something I've not really mentioned before, is Metis. A lot of people are excited about this, and I do see why people are excited because of a lot of things regarding the scalability solutions, enabling certain things to work in the market. Ethereum is the big heavy player, right? So in terms of this, you can see it already on the little diagram down here. Optimistic rollup. It's an easy to use, high scalable, low cost, fully functional layer 2 framework, basically to enable things to work with Web 2 to Web 3, mainly on the Ethereum chain, right? So, keep it super simple. As you can see, all on Ethereum, all decentralized, all that good stuff, right? If you know me, I don't like Ethereum. It is slow, it's sluggish, it's awful, it's expensive, right? This is a huge problem solver, which is what we want. Now, going back in time here, little Google will tell me that Vitalik Buterin pushes for rollups as Ethereum scaling solution. Now, this is an old article, and we're still at the point where Ethereum is not scaling properly. We've had Polygon do very, very well, and we've had this do very well. But in terms of the overall kind of landscape, it's only a $446 million market cap, right? So it's still, in my opinion, undervalued. 73 million volume, And in terms of distribution of networking effects, in terms of exchanges and stuff like that, the most popular is Gate, usually, and Uniswap, and Bitwell. Never heard of Bitwell before, but there you go. So yeah, important. If we are looking long term though, in terms of where it could go, in terms of potential future, obviously I've just used Polygon as an example in terms of current price metrics, right? That would give it a $3,718 market price, given its market cap of 11.1 billion, 23x from here. So thinking long term here, Ethereum needs to scale, Ethereum needs to work, and this could be one of the solutions that enables it to do it. Yes, I know, I'm freaking late to the game. I'm not really an Ethereum fan. I'm more of a Polkadot kind of guy, which I will come on to in a minute. But in terms of solving problems, there's a lot of money to be made in solving problems, especially in real business and also in cryptocurrency. So keep an eye on stuff like that. Speaking of solving problems, we're going to go on to the Ethereum / Polkadot capability, right? Moonbeam. It is essentially Ethereum on the Polkadot ecosystem, their layers, right? The parachain layer. So it is an Ethereum compatible smart contract parachain on Polkadot, making it easy to use. Basically, the language of Ethereum on the substrate-based environment of all the layers on the parachain. Basically, it's a layer 1 blockchain on the layer 0 of Polkadot. Very, very fast, very, very efficient. If you've ever used it, it is so good. It's so cheap. It's ridiculous. It's how Ethereum should work. And I like it a lot. And it's doing very, very well recently. So when we're looking at this, it will enable that huge landscape to be able to be utilized on the parachains, utilizing the same language, which does make massive sense instead of using multiple bridges and all kinds of random clarity stuff, which gets very, very confusing very, very quickly. Now, if you've never heard of it, as I've said, what it is, it's pretty awesome. But in terms of price points, it has gone down significantly since its launch. And it probably still will because of the crowd loan. I got involved in the crowd loan. I'm not actually bought any with my own funds yet. I will be at a certain point. I'm currently staking, right? That's my disclaimer for you. But at the end of the day, I'm thinking long term. Like anything, like with the previous ones I've just given you, long term. They offer a solution to a problem that will probably get utility over a period of time. This is not a quick rich kind of mechanism. It is, I want to buy something that no one's really jumping on at these low prices because people aren't really interested or the value is so low. Maybe in the future they will be worth a lot more. So it's all about buying low and ultimately selling higher. And even if we're looking at, anything, right? And let's just look at Glimmer as an example here. It's pretty new, right? It's pretty new. It's came down pretty significantly. It's hit a level. We could go down lower again. The same with most assets, right? Just be careful. Next one, we're going a little bit into the metaverse, tiny little bit. This is about gaming, right? Ultra, it's a one I've covered before. I do like the look of it, and I do think that gaming kind of community side of the world will do well, and this offers a solution to a problem. High distribution fees for gamers, it's a big issue. This enables blockchain technology, the ability to share in the ecosystem, and much more. Now, when we start looking at where this is kind of taking us in terms of technology, we've got to look at game distribution, the money going back to creators instead of, shareholders essentially. The ability to utilize, and your skill set might be much better to utilize stuff like this to enable you to get your games out there. And we're talking about play to earn sort of stuff, real digital assets as well, which is like partnership sort of stuff. And I do think the gaming side of it does need something like this. It may not need a token as such, but it does have a utility to utilize certain things around that token in terms of buying and selling for the gamers, for the developers, for the creators. That makes a huge thing. And we've got to look at the fees here, the fee distribution, and you lose a lot of money elsewhere, right? And that's why games at the moment, in my opinion, are quite expensive. And if you can then get your games using this platform and save money, that could be quite tasty. And we've got to look at the metaverse. It's slow growing, that little bubble that could just get bigger and bigger and better over time. Not many people know about cryptocurrencies. Most people dislike cryptocurrencies still. This could be a way of introducing people to the world of crypto via the normal means. I like the look of it. And again, when we look at the price action of this, it has gone down a little bit over, you know, when we talk about it in terms of normal kind of levels here. We've hit this level right on the top here, but got to remember here, this was all-time high, $2.50. So it's gone down quite a significant chunk, but it's actually been holding pretty well. So got to think network effect over time could be pretty interesting. Last one is Credo. Covered this briefly. Now this is an interesting one. I'm waiting to see how low this goes, because this is like a new infrastructure for the investment side of it. It's blockchain interoperable, it's lightning fast settlement and secure decentralized custodial. I feel when regulation comes, we're going to get a lot more institutional investments. This could be one of the things that enables that to happen. So MPC security enables no keys to be utilized, shared, or kind of lost. Essentially, it's a big thing. Cross-platform liquidity, utilizing different chains, platforms, exchange kind of market makers, etc. Cross-chain settlement, hugely important, and obviously interoperable and open source. I do like the look of this for the long term, okay? Now, this already has some huge partners. I'm not going to go too deep. It's just literally building, but you can see already more funding. You got Coinbase within that. You got MetaMask institutional, which is huge, by the way. You now got Avalanche, Terra Luna. I don't have to explain too much. If the big money comes in, they're probably going to utilize a lot of what technology they're developing and building. So it's definitely worth a look, in my opinion, long term. 132 million market cap, fully diluted, obviously quite high, but the tokens will eventually come out. It could get a lot of value long term, and it may well be coming into the fair price range now for the long term. So we're done. All these coins are not going to get you rich quick. They are potential for the long term. This is not financial advice, it's kind of obvious. And I do feel if the market does come down, you may get some great opportunities to hopefully accumulate some nice, juicy coins. This market could go to zero. It really can. So just be careful. Always take profit, always buy as low as you can, and make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the like button. And if you want to see videos most days, press the bell button. You'll get notified. See ya.